This is an AQA A-level chemistry question on the topics of nomenclature and isomerism and haloalkanes. We've got not a huge question here, actually. Pause on each section, see how you do by reviewing your answers later. Here's part A, and here's part B, a total of 6 marks available. So going back to part A, a relatively straightforward question. We need to know what the term structural isomer or structural isomers means. So in terms of the definitions with any isomerism, it always takes the same structure. It's same but different. What you've got to recognise is what's the same and what's different. In a structural isomer, it's the same molecular formula but a different structural formula. If we then go on to part B, name and draw the mechanism for the formation of one of the isomers. So some information down at the bottom. The 2-bromo 2-methyl pentane is heated with KOH dissolved in ethanol. 2 structural isomers are formed. The fact that it's dissolved in ethanol and it's heated is directing you to the idea that this is an elimination reaction. So I start with my structure, you can see that there, and as I've already said, dissolved in ethanol is my OH minus, and that means the OH minus is going to act as a base. Now, you've got 2 choices here. I'm taking the H on the left-hand side. It could have been this H here as well. It's essentially a hydrogen on a carbon adjacent to the carbon where you would find the halogen. So I've got 1 mark for that first arrow, going from the lone pair to the H, acting as a base because it's a proton acceptor. Now that essentially means that the H is forming a bond with the OH minus, and we're going to make H2O. So that means we have electrons here that need to go somewhere. Second mark is for the arrow from the CH bond to the CC bond, which is where the double bond will be formed. And then finally, that means there's 5 bonds around this carbon. So we need to get rid of something. So my third arrow is to go from the CBr bond to the Br, and that Br minus will then be lost. Now, it is 5 marks in total, and you do, in this instance, need to show the structure of the alkene that you've made. So that's what we have here. And you can see the double bond has been formed, the Br has gone, and an H has gone from here. That takes us to the end of this question. Thank you for listening.